We are officially live, guys. But I am not going to get into things not until we get a few more people onto the stream. How you guys all doing today? And I'm sorry for kind of cutting out on Monday, kind of like in the last hour or whatnot. I was trying to get one collaborator kind of like last minute to join me for that particular live stream. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get him on the last minute live stream, so and I kind of made it a point maybe a month or so ago, 2 months ago, that I was gonna stop doing individual live streams, but here I am back with the individual live streams. So hey, what's happening now? The early darkness is getting to me. Yeah, pretty much. My wife and I, she decided that she wanted to reschedule her physical therapy, and they rescheduled it for the ass o'clock in the morning. I mean, it was for 9 o'clock this morning, but for me, I mean, anything before like 10 or 11 in the morning now is like ass o'clock. I mean, I'm not used to getting up at no 6, 7 o'clock anymore, right? So, you schedule me up for like 9 o'clock, right? 9 o'clock is like the time I want to get out of bed. 9 o'clock is not when I want to start getting to doctor's appointments, which is funny because whenever the VA schedules like my yearly doctor appointments, they always want to schedule it for like 7:30 in the morning. So I'm like, I gotta be up like 6:30, 6:45 for that stuff. Mm. But this year it's hitting different for some reason. I mean, I know why it's hitting me different. Old age is really kicking in. Mm. But I'm trying to work on that, man. But I broke my little habit a couple weeks ago, and now I'm back to doing this. But man, you guys were talking about eggnog last week, and I was at the damn doctor today, right? So I dropped my wife off at the physical therapist, drove over to Kroger, and picked up a couple gallons of milk. And while I was there, the damn eggnog aisle was just staring at me. So I grabbed a little, what was it, half gallon, quarter gallon of eggnog, cinnamon eggnog. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. It's going to sit back, get me some rum and eggnog for the live stream. That's pretty much all it is. Captain Morgan spice rum with cinnamon eggnog. Cinnamon eggnog is delicious, but the spice rum is like taking up all the flavor, taking up all the taste. That's not something I'm going to be down in, man. It's really something I'm going to be sipping over the course of this live stream. Hey, what's up, Kirk? So I wake up like a functioning adult during the week. I'm not thinking about waking up until 9 or 10. Shoot, pretty much. Kroger, yep. When I first got to Louisville back in like 2017, right? I left Texas, drove down here because I was working for Raytheon, and I was living out of a hotel for like the first 3 weeks I was down here before I moved into my house. And I remember shopping at Meijer. Yeah, Meijer, and like milk at Meijer was like 99 cents for a gallon of milk. And I'm like, what the hell? How the hell is milk 99 cents? And I think it might have even been cheaper than that. I think it may have been like 69 cents. But 69 cents, 99 cents, it doesn't matter, man. Like, I'm used to milk being like $3.50 freaking dollars for a freaking gallon in Texas. So coming from that to like coming to Louisville and like being like for a freaking dollar for a damn gallon of milk, I'm like, wait, what? How the hell did this happen? It's crazy. I mean, now milk is like normal price, like 2.49, 2.20, whatever. But like I thought that was like standard price in Kentucky. So I'm like, oh hell yeah. But I mean, even 2 something, 2.50. I mean, that's still a fair price. Not a big deal. Vanilla and pumpkin, they were out of cinnamon. The bastards. Cinnamon sounds good. I mean, if I was drunk out of my mind, I probably would enjoy this a lot more. But like I said, the Darren rum is like really taking the overpowering the eggnog as overall. Probably because I poured way too much in there. Mm. Hey Corey, man, I just started at 7 o'clock, so I've been on a few minutes. I love to live in Kentucky, man. I mean, it's shoot this December. I mean, so this month it's been 8 years. So going from Illinois for 19 years to Texas for 13 years, and now 8 years in Kentucky. So I mean, shoot, uh, I'm getting closer. About 5 more years, and I'll overtake Texas. And I'd say about another 10 years. We'll call it 10 years. Realistically, 11, but we'll call it 10 years, and I'll be at a number that matches my Illinois life. But I mean, growing up as a kid, does that equate to being adulthood and responsibilities? So it means a little bit more. It's impactful more as an adult living in a certain area. So, man, Corey, big updates regarding the Maniac Riot Wrestling line. So, as the title says, out with the old, in with the new. Having a lot of issues getting some of these figures made. I've been talking about a lot of, been talking a lot about it. Certain customizers, unwilling to create certain figures. My own soldier figure itself, a lot of customizers that I've been reaching out. And I've been going through everyone, man. Like, there's this one studio, Craniac Studios, I think they're called. They reached out to me today because I followed up with them. I thought maybe they might be able to build my figure for me. They basically let me know that it was just gonna be too big of a project for them to take on, and they got too many commissions, and the project was too big that they wouldn't be able to take on my. And you got to think that this has got to be a really simple project, right? You're putting a Hulk Hogan figure on top of a Corporal Kirchner body. Hogan torso on a lower legs of a Kirchner. You got to think that aspect right there has to be so simple. And then, of course, oh yes, you're putting a military uniform over that, but I mean, Kirchner legs, it's already got the military uniform on it. So you're putting the jacket over the Hogan body, but I mean, is it really that difficult? I mean, I'm not an artist, so I don't know how it's done, but I assume that people that know what they're doing, that they live for this stuff, that they would have the know-how. But it seems like everyone that I talk to, it seems like either one, it's too difficult a task that they don't want to take on the job, or maybe B, they simply don't have the skill set to do it. But I assume somebody doesn't have the skill set, because if everyone and their mom tells me that it's just too big of a project, that can't be true. Because if it's that big of a project, you would think that they'd want to take it on because it just means more money in their pocket, right? So I'm assuming that it's just better to say it that way, that it's just too big of a project, as opposed to saying, "Hey, I physically I don't have the skill to create that piece on your behalf or something." But all right, guys, I'm gonna go back and read some of these comments because I know I'm lagging right now, so I don't want to get too far behind in the commentary. I got the new Conor McGregor Irish whiskey. Oh, that's pretty badass. I gotta take another sip of this now. I gotta sip this stuff a little bit at a time. It's not that good. Oh yeah, I really should have got me a little chaser or something, but called Proper 12. I gotta look that up. You and Fly probably would like. Maybe, man. Shoot. $25 Irish smooth whiskey. Yeah, man. My wife and I, when we went to Liquor Barn, it's probably been like 2, 3 months since our last trip. But we spent about a good $300 or so on our last visit. So I thought that was like 3 months worth of alcohol. No, man. I think that was enough to last us a good 6 to 8 months. And ever since I slowed down on my drinking, yeah, um, I think that was probably enough to last us a good year now because those amount of bottles. I mean, if I was going through like half a bottle each week, 3 months. But if I'm sipping a little at a time, yeah, I could see that stuff really lasting a while. Smoother than I thought. Bigger Canyon toys. I never did. The GI Joe guys. Mm-mm. Hey, what's going on, Chill? Can probably make you card backs. Yeah, man, I've got guys that have inquired about creating card backs, but they're all like crazy expensive. Like they want hundreds of dollars to create them. And really, all I need is the actual like STL files because that's what the factory goes off of is those little three. I don't know why. Or actually, do they need STL files? Because I can understand having a 3D print for the actual figure, but why would they need it for the card backs, right? Um, like I could take a picture of the back of like the Mattel LJNs and be like, "Hey, print this. This is what I want," and they could put it on the back of the card, be like, "Hey, that's what he wants." So that's like I said, they could put it on a PDF, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever. I mean, that's really all I need. They don't need to actually print out an actual card, right? So I think when they're saying giving me like $400 or $500 price ranges, I think they're doing too much. Just like I thought it was be a gimmick, but no. Uh, JB Liquor Barn. I I never heard of Liquor Barn. I don't think until I actually moved here, and it's not actually a barn either. Fun fact. I mean, if that's a fact, I don't know. I mean, it is a fact, but is it fun? I think I could spend $300 just thinking about stopping by my liquor barn. Cracker Barrel is still tops in name recognition. Where did I leave off? Oh man, I skipped too far ahead. Real Juggalo says hello. What's going on, bud? But I know I skipped way too far ahead, so oh, here we go. Speaking of, just got an email today that Pro Wrestling Tees shipped out their O-ring figures. All right, so they need to forget the O-rings and they need to get that stupid Owen Hart zombie sailor figure out. That's what I'm waiting for. But that's probably not going to be coming out until like 2027 because we all know how zombie sailors interacts, right? So when you talk about Axe and Smash, are you talking about the series? Was it series 12 or series 11? I think it's series 12. Where you talking about like the original series 2 way back when? Because Crush also comes out in the series 12 release. Now, when they got the series 12, I actually did order 3 sets of those suckers, and I actually ordered the third set for this exact reason, because if the series 2 is as expensive as I think that the series 12 is going to be, yeah, those are a gold mine. I'm actually going to hold on to those suckers, store them away, because I think that third set I do want to hold on to for value purposes. Now, do I think they're going to be tens of thousands? No, nothing crazy like that. But I do think not even a year from now, I think like 4 months, I think those figures are probably going to be selling for like $150 a piece. So I think those are good investments. Yep. Series 2, it doesn't even matter which variant, Axe or Smash. They usually go for about 150, $200 a piece. Oh man. So I got a lot to talk about, guys, but I'm like way behind on your comments, and I kind of want to hit up all this stuff before I get into today's, like, all the stuff I want to get on. So those liars over at Liquor Barn can't be trusted, and I tell you. Any of you remember the peg puzzle game at Cracker Barrel? I've never been physically in a Cracker Barrel. I've only had delivery, DoorDash, whatever. But I still think that the Cracker Barrel country fried steak, country fried chicken, whatever you want to call it, country fried chicken with the macaroni and cheese, with like the bacon bits on it, whatever, and the and French fries, man. Like, it is such a simple, plain meal, but I swear to God, for such a simple, plain meal, it is like the best meal you can ever have. So I recommend the hell out of that for something that's and it's fairly cheap. I mean, it's like what, $20, $25 for that meal. So, and you could always go out and get like a steak or a cheeseburger or something, KFC or something. It's just something different than what you would always get, than someone would always get, your run of the mill. That's why I like the country fried chicken. But like, you go to Texas Roadhouse and you order the country fried steak, they actually give you steak fried up. Like like I call it country fried steak because that's the official name, but it's not steak, it's chicken. So depending on where you go, you got to be very specific with the name, with the nomenclature that you use for the food. 9 places out of 10, you call country fried steak, they're going to give you chicken. You go to Texas Roadhouse, call country fried steak, they're going to take an actual steak and they're going to grill it up, and I'm like, or they're going to, like I said, they're going to actually put it like a damn KFC chicken or something. And I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. But you can't bitch or complain because that's what you ordered, dumbass. But you order that crap at like Texas Roadhouse or something. That crap is so damn nasty. Don't do that to a damn steak. I tried, but I mean, and it's expensive too. I'm like, I can't eat this crap. I tried pawning it off on my wife. She take a bite out. She took a bite out of it. I'm like, I ain't eating this shit. You can't throw it away either. Like I said, that stuff's like 40 freaking dollars, man. But you take it home, you try to like warm it up later on, you try to stuff it down as much as you can, but that stuff is so damn good. But it's like my wife's birthday, right? So I took her to Outback Steakhouse, or Texas Roadhouse, one of those two places. Probably it was probably Texas Roadhouse for her birthday, and not a huge fan, man. But she loves those places. Me, I'm a cheapo, man. For my birthday, give me some freaking Arby's or some damn White Castle. I'm good. Shoot. All right, what else we got on here? It's so surreal that the Detroit Pistons are now in the conversation in the NBA because a few years ago they were arguably the worst pro sports team of all time. The Pistons. I haven't followed basketball since '99, and that was because one, the lockout, but two, obviously the Bulls just coming off their last championship, and then you went from like what was it, like a 69 win team to like a 13-win team. I'm like, you just dismantled this beautiful franchise. That basically coupled with the fact that my love of basketball swapped from basketball to baseball, so I lost interest in basketball. So I haven't followed basketball since '99. So I don't know what's happening in the sport. To bed, walking, go to Texas. Yeah, man, I saw your video for that. I'm like, man, that's insane. Walking an hour to Target for some LGNs. I'm like, make sure you return some of those broken Hogan LGNs, though. Mm. And you gave up on Series 2. You're gonna have to, man. Those suckers. I mean, maybe in a few years, maybe they'll come down, but I highly doubt it. It tells you which locations has the quality of the track. So yeah, I'm gonna try again tomorrow, Friday. If I got extra LGNs and I need any, I'll ship them to you for free. Why is this moving down all by itself? Better give you that White Castle while at home on the toilet. My wife feels the same way. Like I don't know why. Like I love freaking White Castle. It's funny that I ended up turning into my uncle. My uncle, my cousins, they all live in like South Carolina. And as kids, whenever my uncle came up to Chicago to visit us, one of the first things he would do, come to the house, drop the kids off, whatever. First thing he do is go take my mom, go straight to freaking White Castle. Like that was always annoying. Like, why are you always going straight to White Castle? But it didn't really bother us because we got freaking White Castle. So, uh, but then you move to Texas. Guess what they don't have in Texas? A freaking White Castle. They do have a Crystals. And I don't think I ever once ate a damn Crystals when I was in Texas. But so one day, I'm probably in Afghanistan. I'm on leave and I'm visiting my wife and I. We took a plane. We're in Indiana and we're visiting my father for his birthday. My father-in-law for his birthday. So we're in Indianapolis. One of the first things we do when we get to Indianapolis, he asks my wife, "So where do you guys want to go eat?" Guess what we do when we on the road from the airport to his house? What we pass up? A freaking White Castle. Guess what my ass says we want to go when we go out to eat? My ass is going straight to freaking White Castle. Because I probably haven't been to White Castle since like 2004 when I left Chicago the first time to go to the army, right? So I'm like, I'm turning into my freaking uncle, man. I now understand. I mean, there's a reason why like you don't go to McDonald's for like 20 years because no matter where you go in this world, you could go to the caves in Afghanistan, you will have access to a freaking McDonald's. All right. McDonald's is universal. Everywhere on the planet, there's a freaking McDonald's. But you do not always have access to like an In-N-Out burger. You don't always, which is, like a Texas thing mostly, but you don't have access to like a White Castle, which is like a Midwestern thing. So now I get to Kentucky. Right here in Louisville, we got plenty of White Castles. And I've only eaten White Castle here a handful of times, but and again, that's because I live here, I have access to it. I don't have to eat here all the time, but best believe that I was going to have my White Castle enough times. Let's just put it that way. Mm. But they're like little small. They're little pieces of heaven, man. I don't know how anybody doesn't like White Castle, but they're called sliders for a reason. I was just gonna say that. Oh man. Oh god. Christmas gifts. Sweet, that's a nice offer. My buddy found me a black card Cena. Did I make it to the end of this already? Almost. Uh Man. As soon as I think I make it to the end, I got plenty more to go. Well, it's a good live stream because you guys are definitely keeping me engaged, which is awesome. So I ain't mad at you. All right, go away. All right, move. Trying to read this. All right, here we are. That's pretty good month, and the 25 season was a pretty good. All right, so yeah, the first 4 pre-orders, one each. In fact, I think this blue Dusty I have sitting right here might actually have to go on the shelf because I think the one blue Dusty I have sitting up there is a dark blue Dusty, and I think the one blue Dusty I have sitting on the bed is a light blue. I said I wasn't doing any of that. I wasn't adding any more carded figures, but since I already have it and it's right there, I'm just I'm looking at all these Facebook posts of like all these people collecting all these added figures, and I'm reading the comments and I'm seeing like all of these hate comments people are getting because all these people are adding all of these figures and like, oh, you're taking it from all these people that want them and can't get them. No, I mean, if people want them, they could get them if they want them, but and like I said, it's the reason why I try not to order way too much, but it's why I'm not going into stores and getting more. But like the Dusties, I try. I mean, I try to get enough to cover my collection. I mean, I obviously want all the variants because I have OCD and I have to get the damn things. I'm just obsessive compulsive that way. But I'm not going to fault anybody else for kind of thinking the same way, for wanting to have all of the variants. And if someone's stocking some stuff away for a rainy day, I want to do the same thing, right? Like I want these things to be valuable 5 years from now, 20 years from now. I want them to be worth hundreds of dollars, thousands. I mean, are they? I hope so. I don't want to look at these 10 years later and then think, oh, you know what? This Hogan that I'm thinking is going to be worth $500 is only worth $25, the same amount of money I paid for it. That's going to suck. But people make points are like, well, if everyone is keeping them carded, does that make its value any less? It got me thinking, like, what about like Mattel retros? Because I got a lot of carded Mattel retros, right? And a lot of the time, Mattel retros, I can't even sell them for like double digits. We're talking carded figures. And they're newer figures. Let's say Doink the Clown, Lex Luthor, those type of series, those newer waves. Undertaker, whatever wave that is, wave 4, series 14, whatever. Paul Bear, those type of stuff, right? You can't get $10 for that stuff. But then I'll see them go on auction for loose figures for like 15, $20. Why are people valuing the loose figures more than the carded pieces? Is it simply like do they have my mindset? Like I don't have the strength in me to sit there and tear open a carded figure, but if I want a figure loose for my collection, I'd rather buy one that's already open. That way I don't have to sit there and have a heart attack for opening up a carded piece. Is that the reason why? It's those questions that keep me up at night. Not really, but I do think about things like that on occasion. Two more Dusties and got one more black and blue, which was perfect. Opened with blue, kept the black and other. See, I said I was never going to open any of these black cards, but I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I think I'm going to open up Logan Paul, Cena, and Dusty, all black cards, because, well, all the extras I have are black cards, so it would only make sense to get those open up on black. After LJN Series 2, we officially need a re-release of the LJN ring and, wait for it, a big blue cage. They haven't announced anything like that yet, have they? No, they haven't. I think with my line, I need to beat them to it. What do y'all think? That would be fun though. Before I've even released a single wrestling figure, get out the Maniac Riot wrestling ring. Would that inspire collectors to collect the wrestling figures then if they already have a ring to I could finally taste the cinnamon eggnog and not all the alcohol anymore. So the alcohol is I either drink all the alcohol at the top or all the alcohol is sunk to the bottom. Yeah, because all I taste now is the eggnog. Mm. Cool. Man, Triple H is one of the worst bookers of all time. Vince would have. That's awesome. Get deep dish pizza before the game or White Castle after the game. Going up to Cubs or 6 baseball games. Man, I think the last White Sox game I went to, this had to be probably, I don't know, maybe either sophomore or junior year of high school, man. I don't remember which year. I could have been a senior for all I remember. I don't remember. Sometime in high school. But my brother's friend had some skull or something. So my brother tried some. He had some, and I put some of that in. Some of the dip. I never tried dip before, right? I didn't realize you had to spit that shit out. Some over here is swallowing that damn crap. That's just so damn nasty. Plus, I had freaking braces, so that damn dip was getting stuck in my damn braces. And I'm over here like a jackass with no spit bottle, which is freaking disgusting as it is. I freaking hate, especially people that damn spit bottles all laying around. That, especially in the army, that's nasty as hell. But I'm sitting on the damn subway train, And I'm like, have my damn head up against the damn rod because like I'm sick as hell. Sick as a freaking dog, man. We're back from the damn Sox game. Because I just been freaking swallowing freaking nicotine spit like last half hour. That's we finally get off the damn train. Trying to get that crap out of because that stuff is like all up on damn braces, man. Nasty. I only went to even though we lived on the north side, we only went to probably a couple, maybe a few Cubs games in my life. Like the first baseball game I ever went to was a Sox game, and I think I probably went to more Sox games than Cubs games in my life. Yeah, my brother Richard was a Sox fan, but I mean, you would think Cubs games were the ones that we would have spent more time at. Asking for punishment. Uh-oh. I always hit that button. It always shoots way down. It always takes me like way past where I want to be. It's the Kirk in the house. About time I see you here. Yeah, I think he's gone now. I think he went to bed. But maybe he'll watch the video later on and hear your comments, BBA. You can't have wrestlers without a ring. Well, I don't know about that. Like when I was a kid with my Hasbros, we never had a wrestling ring. All we had was just a little table or desk, and that was it. We never had a ring. And even today, man, like I use the wrestling rings for display purposes. Like if I were to actually sit down with a wrestler, that stuff was like would bother the hell out of me. Like, like I watch JP's World Wrestling, and I watch him inside the ring. You know when he does his videos, right? And I'm like, man, that looks so damn uncomfortable. And even I try like over the ring, over the ropes, through the ropes, underneath the ropes. I'm like, how? Like how? Like this is so uncomfortable. Like I couldn't do it. Like I would just seriously just use just a regular table, just have fun like that. Like the ring just doesn't make sense to me. Or at least without the ropes attachment and just use just the base. But then what fun would that be? The ropes make clothesline over the ropes or something, or jump to the turnbuckle, clothesline, something like that, something for fun. Make it as realistic as possible, right? It's not realistic without the ropes and everything. So I just when I was a kid, we never had any ring. We didn't have a ring, so you just kind of learn what to do without. Following much basketball the past few years. I thought the Bulls were actually doing a whole lot better in years past. Let's see. Mattel will probably keep making LJ Series 1 for a while. I think everyone that wants at least one of each wrestler will be able to get them. Just have to be patient. Oh, yeah. Those figures aren't going anywhere. They are definitely going to be mass produced. Mm-hmm. No targets within an hour or two of me have had LJ in the store yet. Aren't there poster chases as well? 3 different Hogan posters or something. I've seen the 3 different posters of Dusty, but not Hogan. So the Hogan that I wanted was him in like, all tan, sun glazed or whatever. And the one that I got was literally of his 1984 poster. So I'm like, okay, that was the blue poster. Does that mean that I had to open up his black card in order to get that poster? And if he does have 2 or 3 posters, probably. Does that mean that all of the figures have 3 different posters? So you got to open up all of the different cards to get all of the different posters. That's a whole new ball of wax right there. So now, not only do you have to have all of these figures carded, now you got to buy them all again to open up all of the figures to put them all in front of their carded figures. But you also got to open up for the posters, right? That's a whole nother collection. That's just too damn much money, man. Like if you had unlimited funds and you could do that, sure. But that's just insanity. That's just way too much. Like I'm good. Hey, what's up, I believe they are the black heart posters. Alrighty. I don't really care about the different skin color and shades of blue for Hogan. Just 2 Hogan blue cards and 1 to open, 1 to keep them on card. Oh, speaking of which, I did actually open up that blue Macho Man from Latuni today. I sent a picture to Ahmad. I'm like, yep. I see what everybody was talking about. When you open up the card and you got the little 2 dots on the back of the Macho Man. Now, of course, this was before he initiated putting the clear plastic tray underneath his figures. Demolition, Andre the Giant, etc. So a lot of the earlier figures that were having those little paint marks because the figure was sticking to the cards. That's the issue I was talking about in the past, and other people they've had that problem with the paint sticking. But I kind of took a picture, I sent it to him, and he knew about that, and I knew about that, of course, because I've had that issue with another Macho Man figure. Like a little bit of water, cotton swab, you should take care of that. It's just gonna sit in front of its card figure, not a big deal. But I just wiped that down. I got like 99% of it off, so I'm good. But the yellow trunks Macho Man should be arriving probably this week. If not by Saturday, maybe by Monday or Tuesday. So that's another Macho Man to add to the collection. So that's gonna be pretty exciting with the Latuni figures, and he's also put up the giant machine for the WrestleManiac series. So that's gonna be pretty cool. You'll have like a 4th Andre for that series. He's also talked about possibly retiring that mold, the Macho Man mold, if once his series of 10 figures are up. At this point, man, I'm like, damn, like, do you really even want to see that mold disappear? Like, you're so used to having that same figure come out for so many times. No, I don't. I don't want to see it disappear, but I would like to see maybe a return sometime in the future, but like maybe years down the road, like have it make a special reappearance, like 10-year reunion or something. I don't know. I don't know if Latini will be around in 10 years, but hey, it could become like the new Mattel 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road. You never know, right? Everybody had to start off somewhere. I want a proper hot dog, Hogan. Damn it. Oh, shoot. Why am I so far behind? This is crazy. Why? This is not. What? I can't be this far behind, guys. I thought I was doing a good job keeping up, but like, nope. Never dip, never smoke cigarettes, but have smoked cigars. I had my cigars. I don't know if I even smoked them right, but they were still fun though. I want my scotch, I want my cigar, and I want my fireplace lit up. I want my little table in the middle, and I want my 2 leather seats, and I want to be smoking right in front of the little fireplace. I want to be a festive gentleman. Be a proper man. All right. Tenatron and Ruthless Aggression and Tenatron Backlash off the rope ringside rivals classic superstars. What is that, like your favorite figures or something? Raymond? Bad enough you had to watch the Sox play baseball, but you swallowed your dip. True enough. You'll have to look back in the words of Major Pod to give credit. I'm working over here. uh, but real quick, what's up, Fly Alan Kruger? And if Chill is still in the building as well. Get Matt Cardona to acknowledge Bone Inoue, and you're my best friend forever. Just saw BBA, dude. There were so many Titantron figs never released, such as Linda McMahon. There was a classic superstar Arnold. Who's that? Arnold Scanlon that was supposed to be released. The Deborah Stone Cold WrestleMania 2000 Double Slam. Oh, speaking of which, figures that are not to be released. Now, here's the thing. Here's an idea for my line, right, guys? It's called Maniac Riot Wrestling. It's literally in the name, Maniac. Would it be too much of a maniac idea? Would it be too much of a maniac concept to have this figure on the back of a card design? Whether it's this release, right? This character release, this fighting pose, this color scheme, and then that figure be completely omitted. Doesn't exist. Never released. You've seen the Wadi Devil, original prototype. Let's say that prototype was on the back of the card with that fighting pose. But then you got the upgraded Wadi Devil when it was finally released. We can make an exception with something like that, right? Look at Freddie Blassie and Mean Gene Okerlund, guys like that. You look at the back of, or, like a Ricky Steamboat with like red trunks, and you end up getting Ricky Steamboat in black, right? You've seen, Freddie Blassie, Mean Gene Okerlund with like different arm positionings on the back of the card, and then you get the figure, and it's like a completely different arm positioning on the back, on the actual figure compared to the back of the card, right? So Eljan did that a lot. Or Adrian Adonis came with the scarf on the back of the card, but in the actual release of the figure, it didn't. So it is possible to have different paint schemes, or maybe it came with an accessory when the actual figure didn't, or something like that. But what if I had a character showcased on the back of a card and he just was not released, period? But that too is not out of the realm of a possibility, because look at Grand Toys, LJN, if you will. Look at Series 6. Powers of Pain Barbarian, Demolition Smash, Brother Love, Bushwhackers, Bad News Brown. Those guys were all showcased on the back of Grand Toys card backs, and none of those guys were released, right? So it's not like it's out of the ordinary to showcase characters that are planned and then never released. So there is the only issue that I see right now, and next week when Bone Breaking Action and I do a follow-up video, it's gonna be more of a special video, kind of like last week's video, right? We're gonna talk more in detail about this. So I don't want to go too much in depth today, but how would that impact anybody, if at all, to see something that was highlighted on the back of the card and then find out that this isn't going to happen? or if I've talked about a particular character for months and then find out, yeah, madness. We're maniacs. We're crazy, and we decided it's not going to happen. We're insane. We're insane. It's part of the gimmick. It's part of the line. And there's obviously a whole lot more that goes to it than just that, right? Um, you can't blame the gimmick, the whole insanity gimmick. I mean, there's literally oh shit load of stuff more that went into this decision, or that's going into the decision as we speak. But somebody isn't making things a lot easier on us, so it's really putting a halt on further expansion as we continue the series. So next week, guys, definitely tune in to the show with me and BBA because, like I said, we are going to go over possibilities of further expansion, um, expansion through substitution, or addition through subtraction, subtraction plus addition, some however you want to say it. So it's gonna be another fun live stream in that regard. So if you have anybody that is interested in this line or would like to know about what's going on with that situation, please let them know and be sure to let them know to tune into that live stream because a lot of really good information to be told, going to be spoken about in that live stream. So, uh, yeah, so just kind of like talk about figures that weren't made and it kind of had me go off on this slow sidetrack tangent. So I'll try, man. How why not? I'm good with being persistent, borderline harassing. Paint spot comes off pretty easily on the toonies. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't too hard to get the paint off it, the white on the off the back of the blue. Here we are. Double eye and double thing was mankind blue sweatpants and bow tie, but was changed to the black tie with WF logo. Sweatpants. I don't think I've seen that one back in the day as far as figures go. So much chatter to keep up with. We all need to live stream together on our panel to make this easier. Yeah, man, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I actually tried to do, Corey, a dual live stream with multiple people once. And yeah, actually, me and Elle was on a live stream together. And I think Bum Shadows tried to tune in one day. And because Elle was on the live stream already, it said he couldn't come on. So that answered that question, whether or not we could get 3 or more people on one live stream. And the answer is no. Apparently, I can only have one guest on at a time, which is bullshit because I want to have like 6 people on at a time, and that would make life so much easier. Yeah, I can't taste alcohol in this anymore, so I think I'm going to add some more rum. All right, that's probably too much rum. Try not to be too tipsy because I still got to go back downstairs and spend the evening with the wife. Yeah, way too much rum. Man, I don't even pay attention to how much stuff I pour in here. I just pour. And I'm like, yeah, that seems like a bit. Oh, wow. Wow, that hit me hard. Giggity. Uh, that was a lot. Okay, I'm good now. Okay. As soon as the computer stops doing this, I will focus and I'll start getting back to the messages. All right, I think we're good. All right, man. All right, guys. Let's see what we got here. All right. Raymond, you see unreleased headbangers from Jax, classic superstars. Want me to go to work? Losers. Else no. Hardcore Holly SummerSlam 992 pack was pulled because of an Alice no. You know what? I read about that, or not read about it. I think YouTubers have made a actual video about that. Like a mom saw that figure actually on the toy shelves and went to like a toy went to like the manager like at a Kmart or something and was actually bitching and complaining about it because like the little head doll head was in the package. I'm like, really? And got it pulled off the shelf. Like I thought it was at like just one single store or something, but uh I didn't realize it made like national news or anything. Mm, that's crazy. Mm. And a phoenix will rise from the ashes. You just got to figure out StreamYard for a larger panel. If I can do it, you can. I'm borderline retarded. Media conference call. Hey, napping segment. Stopping to feed the cats segment. Wait, what's this? Did I finally meet the bottom of my messages? This can't be. Before she was with Triple H, if LJN rings were in stores, people would flip. If it was a Kickstarter, it would fund immediately. I might have to set that up. Kickstarter for a freaking ring. Question is, because I don't know how to do it, right? I got to hire someone to build a freaking ring, wrestling ring. How do I hire someone to build a wrestling ring? And now how do I get that wrestling ring to my factory to build that ring? I'm telling you, I will do that. I will do a freaking wrestling ring to go with the two figures I've got going up right now. Because I'm pretty sure people would buy that. I know it would. But I want it the same damn size, box and all, as the original LJN Superstars. But we'd have to hire actors or something because the whole, the kids on the front box, that's nostalgia right there. Like having the kids and their excitement and love for the figures and for the ring and all that. That right there that joy of owning that piece, that's what makes the freaking thing special. So it couldn't just be some animated, GIF or something on the package. It would have to be, some live action actors to actually portray on the box. So I have ideas. It's just the problem of getting just the know-how of putting it all together. Wrestling contact creators. I don't know any other wrestling contact creators. I mean, this is still brand spanking new, so I'm kind of like winging it. In all honesty, I mean, I've probably been more active in the last couple months than I have, in terms of trying to get this thing put together, because in the last couple months is really like when I really felt like this was a real possibility. Like even reaching out to actual wrestlers, even that was something I just started doing recently because that was never something I thought was something I wanted to do. Like having actual wrestlers being part of the line was never something that I wanted because everybody's having real wrestlers. I wanted this to be completely different, but I got to make it to a point where people really want this line to be taken seriously, right? And YouTubers right now, you gotta mix and match. Even Mattel, which is a very known commodity, is mix and matching old school with new school. So I can mix and match YouTuber with a known commodity like a Typhoon, for example. How about a BBA, a Waddy's channel mixed in with a Greg Valentine and a Honky Tonk Man? How about next series? Tugboat and Ted DiBiase or something like that, right? Mixed in with, let's say, 80s Revolution and a Bum Shadows or something like that. It's something to that effect is what I'm getting at. So it'd be nice to have that kind of like that little bit of a mixture. But even when I reach out to the wrestlers, you don't hear back, which isn't surprising. I don't logically expect the actual wrestlers to respond. Now, when I reach out to fellow collaborators and I need their input and you don't hear back from them, that's concerning. That's completely different. That's a contemporary ball of wax, right? So that's why we had to pivot. That's why we had a completely new character being released first in the line, which I think is better, anyways. Someone that's been with us since the very beginning makes more sense for me. Figure I like better, anyways. But I think someone that's more attached to the line, someone that's like I said, that's I don't say emotionally attached. Well, yeah, I would say emotionally attached. Like I'm emotionally attached to the line. I mean, this is supposed to be for all of us. When I came up with this, I mean, this I've always said is for the group. This is for all of us. I am making this for everyone. I've always said, like, even this YouTube channel was never mine. This YouTube channel was always for all of us. I've always made videos for the group as a whole because I've collected for the group as a whole because I wanted to make videos for that spoke to everyone. That it was for people that had this particular item, even if it wasn't something I necessarily cared about. I wanted to have videos for everybody, right? So everybody had something to enjoy. When I made this line, same thing. I wanted something that we all could kind of circle around and kind of be grateful for. Here is a group of YouTubers that, hey, we all sit around, we all collaborate with, talk with, shoot the shit with. These are all down to earth guys. We all like respect these dudes or um, want to support them. This is just another way to do so, right? So Oh God, why did I take a big ass sip of this? I keep forgetting I put alcohol in this stuff. Ugh. Oh God, that is not good. Cinnamon eggnog is fantastic, but you add alcohol to it, sip that sucker. Sip it slowly. Whew. I think I'm wasted. Not completely, but I'm getting there. Like I could feel my speech starting to slur now. I think there was even a storyline. It was Walmart actually. YouTube creators. It was storyline when the Vince Triple H Armageddon storyline was going on. Cool. Indie wrestlers, but good ones. Stone Cold would have be fun to many copyright. Andre the Giant's daughter. All the locales. That would be funny as hell, actually. You're out of practice drinking. uh, hey man, I don't know if he freaking qualifies. I would freaking put on what the hell was that dude, that damn goofy ass kid? Only because he keeps coming on my damn YouTube feed all the time. That damn kid that doesn't shower and doesn't clean his damn room ever. The damn kid with the long hair, the damn TikTok kid with that set his hair on fire. The damn kid that like be talking like underage girls and crap. Nova Online, that's his freaking name. Jesus Christ. I don't like the only reason I know about these kids, these damn TikTokers and these streamers and all that crap, man. And like my wife's like, why do you always watch this goddamn kid? I'm like, dude, I freaking only watch him because he keeps coming up on my freaking feed. Or the freaking donut mom. Why do you keep watching her? Because she keeps coming up on my goddamn feed. And it's an interesting story. I mean, when you watched it for like the 20,000th time, I mean, I know it gets annoying, but donut mom. I mean, why is it that like I mean, you have people like that really let themselves go. They hoard like crazy. Uh, do not take care of their house. Don't care about their children. Feed their children nothing but crap. I mean, this is what grosses me out. She freaking like she she sets up her camera. The donut mom. She sets up her camera. She takes these plates, just throws her plates at the camera. And then like, oh, we got Wendy's, we got McDonald's, we got Pizza Hut or Little Caesars or whatever. Like, just throw the food. Like, dude, every freaking day, like, dude, clean up the damn stove and cook reasonable food for your kids. You don't need to be having takeout every freaking day of the week. And you get your lazy ass and your lazy ass boyfriend to goddamn clean up that damn living room. My house is dirty from time to time. We get a lot of packages in. My wife, she don't open her packages. We got, a lot of boxes at the front door. Okay. Eventually, I'll get to the boxes. I'll open everything up, throw the boxes away. Stuff inside the boxes get, inside contents get thrown away. The stuff inside get put away. Whatever. Hallway area cleared out. You see how easy that is? But she will get all these Amazon boxes and they will just stockpile on her floor and on her couches, and she will leave that crap stockpile. And like you see this stuff because it's literally in her videos. I'm like, dude, nasty. But that's not the grossest thing. She has all these rabbits, and she will let her rabbits crap all over her house, and that's normal. Nasty, dude. My mother-in-law was a hoarder, and in high school, my wife, she didn't want to be. She never ever want to ever be alone. So in high school, whether I was coming to her house after school or if I had to go to work, like she didn't want me to go back to my house. She always wanted me to spend the night at her house. I'm like, dude, I don't want to go to that. Like, I don't want to be in that environment. I want to go back to my home. But like, I didn't want to leave her alone a lot of the time. I wanted, because I know why she didn't want to be alone. So like, I don't like to be in that type of, put her in that type of environment either. So when I see that, I remember back in high school, like I actually cleaned my mother in law's house because my mother in law stayed next door with her mother in the apartment building that her mother owned. My wife's grandmother, and my wife and her sister stayed in the house next door. I cleaned up like the living room, like it was like the living room kitchen, and I cleaned up that area. And I threw out a bunch of trash bags one morning. Her mom came next door, saw that I cleaned up a bunch of area. Like she called me up on my cell phone, left a bunch of hateful messages for me, like because apparently she wrote a bunch of messages or important information on like some pizza boxes or something that I had thrown away. So yeah, when I see stuff like that, it bothers me. More importantly, when it involves mothers like that and the way that they treat their children or lack thereof, no care for their kids. Uh, anyways, let me get back to my messages here. Oh, and I am way behind again. What else like to your thoughts on the earlier discussions as well? I went back in comments. All I saw was talking about LJ and Ring. Anybody watch any YouTube WF channels? WWF channels? I don't think so. I really put to Evil Nate and Cool Indie Wrestler. OVP's WF 1988 Canon channel. I think OVP, that sounds familiar, but I think I've seen their channels. Like the guys that do the reviews and everything, OSR or whatever it was you mentioned before, but like I've only seen the videos. I don't think I've like followed them full time or anything like that. Yeah, Evil Nate, Son of Leatherface. Yeah, that one that you sent me the other day. The pictures, yeah, that one looked badass. That I would freaking kill to make that figure. That would be amazing. Man, the freaking molds weren't so damn expensive, man. Like if I could actually release 4, 5, 6 figures at a time, that would that would be fine. But like it's just the molds are so damn expensive, and it's hard to release all these pieces all at one time. I just don't have 100 grand laying around to get that much to get that type of equity out. Wrestling with regret. Why does one sound familiar? Stand for Old School Wrestling Review. Is the BC. Hey, and I actually, I think I don't know if Hoarders is still on the air or not. Whenever I used to put that show on, I think it's a good show. Whenever I used to watch it, like A&E or whatever channel it used to come on, my wife used to get pissed off. Like, I grew up in that. Why would you put this up? Like, she used to get pissed off. I just like the show, but yeah, she didn't want me to watch that. But I think I've seen every season, or at least close to it. I think Dutch Mantel and Corny are my go-tos. Steven Richards ain't bad. Out here in Louisville, I say go for it. I mean, at some point, that damn pool deck out there is going to be finished, man. And this summer, I mean, it's going to be like what? I mean, we're in December, so shit, we're not talking too far away now. Doesn't even have to be summertime. It could be like 4 months, so April. You could say April, May. I should have everything set up. New furniture out there, lights and everything. Pool could be up, hot tub be running. So I mean, this I'm hoping that this is going to be the place to be for you know cookouts and swimming and stuff like that. So got that damn WWF arcade game up downstairs. So shoot, people want to come down here visit. You don't have to be coming down for no damn one day or nothing either. Put you up for a few days if necessary. So set it up, boys. He's flying us all out. I ain't got that kind of dough. Shoot. Although at one point this summer, I was planning at least the original thought process when I actually thought, I know, stupid me, I actually thought I was going to have money this summer. And the original idea was to go traveling this summer. Like I was going to jump in my car and I was going to go like drive across America, man. I didn't have to hit all of the states, but man, I was going to try to hit a bunch of them. I was actually going to visit a lot of YouTube friends and everything, maybe do some live streams together. Probably take like a month or two, like just drive and just over the course of 2 months, just have a lot of fun this summer. And then the pool, the deck, all this other stuff just start happening. And then the money, just problems, just shoot. That crap just went by the wayside. Cornette would be the dream. That's right. I'm looking now and again. Go stalk Cornette at the post office. uh, Everybody needs to get up on Jason's website and be like, hey, what's going on with the action figure line? See what he says. I don't think he's too invested, which is a shame. Mm. YMCA cornet. Bring him a Sprite. Well, I am all out of eggnog. And so, does that mean that the live stream has to come to an end now? Because I don't think I could drink my famous Captain Morgan by itself. Madagascar vanilla. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't think I have it in me to drink the rest of this. It was a drive-through. Are you also out of bubblegum? Bubblegum what? Although I was kind of determining whether or not I wanted to set one of these suckers back. I don't know how hungry I am, though. I think I'm going to pass on the Little Debbie's. Came here to kick ass and chew gum. I'm all out of bubble gum. All right, guys. Damn, what was I going to talk about? Or did I talk about it already? I forgot. Mind blown, man. Man, I was filming my damn episode, my tournament video today. What was it, like the 14th episode of the tournament? And I was trying to talk about Bruiser Brody. I was on like my wrestling writer figure for Abdul the Butcher. And I'm like, you know, this is like one of my favorite figures to talk about. Abdul the Butcher and Bruiser Brody. And I'm like, but I couldn't remember the name for damn Bruiser Brody. I had to pause the video because I couldn't remember his damn name, and it was driving me nuts. I sat there for like 5 minutes with the damn phone paused because I couldn't remember the damn name for the damn character. So I unpaused the damn thing. I'm like, shit, guys, I can't remember the hell the son of a bitch's name is. So I sat there for like another minute or two, confused like crazy. I'm like, shit. And I say it all the time. You guys see it in my videos. You guys see my live streams. You see what the freaking memory loss is doing to me on a consistent basis, because simple names like character name like Bruiser Brody is I can't even remember simple facts like that, and that drives me nuts. And I don't know how to slow it down or how to stop it. And every time I go to a doctor or something, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm having memory loss or something like that. And I always get the same excuses. You're too young for Alzheimer's or something like that. I'm like, I didn't know that Alzheimer's has a freaking age limit. It's freaking messed up. Because at this rate, I'm going to completely lose my memory like 100% by the time I'm age 50. And at this point, I'm just going to like have my wife sit me in front of the TV and I'm going to have nothing but these videos to go back and watch, because that's the only memories I'm going to have, is be able to watch these videos, be like, and then that's it. I'm going to watch the videos, they're going to end, and I'm like, and then the memory's going to be gone again. I'm not going to remember a darn thing I just watched. Back to NWCW and WFD sound shipping. The last few times I just said, I think, guys, I'm going to take this to about an hour and a half, because I'm me and I have to get that even number. But I kind of want to keep things to a certain point where I'm not giving too much information this week because next week, like I said, Bum Breaking Action and I are going to be talking about what's happening with the line moving forward, who's staying, who's going, or what's staying, what's going. One of the issues I'm having right now, like I said earlier, one of the big issues is the Wadi soldier. And the toughest thing is getting the military uniform on that soldier figure. One of the big issues, Hulk Hogan body, right? Corporal Kirchner, are the legs going to be too small on the Hogan body? The torso is going to be much wider. It's going to look like the legs are the. It's going to be too small legs on the upper body, which could be too wide. That's some of the issues that they're talking about. The proportions aren't going to be right. Secondly, when you do get the proportions right, can you put a military uniform over that body? Who's got the skill set to actually be able to do that? Here's another thing I ran into today. Someone said you can't put U.S. Army on the figure if you plan on mass producing, and you can't put unit patches on the thing on your uniform if you plan on mass production. I'm like, why the hell not? You would think that the U.S. Army would want you to kind of advertise for them, I guess. I mean, that's free advertisement, but I didn't think about that. If that's going to be an issue where I can't put U.S. Army and make it accurate to my actual military uniform, well, how can I alter that design just enough where it's still relatively accurate to the U.S. Army uniform? Well, it's close enough, but not 100% identical. How about if I get rid of the U.S. Army and just put Army on there? How about instead of you using like fourth ID patch, what if I put like Bone Breaking Action his logo on here as like the combat patch? What if I use like my MRW logo or something as like the unit patch or something? I mean, that's a possibility. Instead of using like the specialist rank, I mean, I could probably use like corporal rank, kind of like Corporal Kirchner or something. Kind of keep it like in line with that, or to make it a little bit different. I mean, I think that would be different. That would be different enough, right? I mean, is that a possibility? Skip crowd staircase and crowd control security figures. Manny missed a show and tell of collections. Since he's drinking, he is missing or not acknowledging topics mentioned we could sink our teeth into. Create a channel that allows a live stream. There you go. That's what's up right there. I think Corporal Kirchner would have made a great addition to the Truth Commission with multiple people. Obviously, if you have a bum Shadows fig in your line with a military variant, he'll have to be a red monk. Hey, there you go. BBA's got it covered. Kicked on, and I got my new space heater blowing on me. Clean shaven, bearded corporal or stubble. Well, if I'm doing the soldier me, I'm probably gonna have to go with the clean shaven, only because I want to keep it as close to real life soldier as possible. Hey, real, what's going on, bud? All right, guys. So we are at the hour and a half mark. So at this point, I think I am going to kick it in for the night. So tell Madman Pondo we want to do a fig of him one day. Watch your longs. You know, I do see that on TNT on Saturdays they do have, what was it, AEW, I think. So shoot, technically, actually, I don't think this TV has regular cable. I might have to do it like downstairs in like the main living room if that were the case to do watch alongs. Commentary tracks from us. The Jackal from the Kerrigan Jackal 2-pack. That's very good and cool. I'll set up StreamYard on a few. Heck yeah. But yeah, guys, you know, like 11 Mountain Time. Dude, that's like what, 2 a.m. 2, yeah, it's like 2 a.m. BBA, you know what I'm doing at 2 a.m.? All right, I'll probably not spread out like that, but pretty much get the gist. I think the wife is coming in to come kick me off the computer. Maybe not. I heard her coming up the stairs though. Maybe on a Friday or something for us suckers that work early the next morning. But heck yeah, man, that's what's up right there. Well, shit, man, you see BBA doing a damn live stream at like 7:30 a.m. one morning. I'm like, what? He probably got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning one day. I'm like, oh hell, let me check this. Let me check out this bad boy. But it's pretty cool because I think my wife was doing like had to go to the doctor that morning, so I was tuning into a 7:30 a.m. bone breaking action live stream. I'm like, heck yeah. Wait, I'll be naked. Hey guys, let me know what y'all decide. But I will definitely be tuning in. I have to be tuning in, right? I definitely be participating in that day on live stream. That'd be awesome. But I am going to be ending the stream for this, guys. I will be back on Saturday for the Saturday live stream. Of course, let me know what you guys decide for this dual conference live stream, because if we get a bunch of guys all at one time, that'd be pretty damn badass. Yep. Just let me know what time you guys need. I'll meet up with you guys. But I am going to end the stream here, guys. And yep, I hear the wife next door. She's probably getting ready for bed. So, hey, Mom, have a good night, bud. I'm going to get ready to join my wife. I'm starting to feel sick myself now. Mixed drink didn't help. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on Saturday. 8:30. Shoot, I hope it'd be 8:30, man. That sounds good, man. Take care, everybody.